Eat it yourself.
That's just extra ranch.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to lose weight. It's like to put in your mind, because I use the WW app.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, thank you, is that like one thing that I take out is soda. So I drink water instead of soda. So
Smart.
that's like the 100 calories that you don't have to.
And wine, too.
more.
Take out a little bit
Take
of
out the
wine.
wine.
You should never drink your calories.
Yes,
Because you don't know
truth.
you're doing it.
Well,
Okay.
Smart.
all this chat about calories and food has got me thinking about your show. So it's time to plug your project. The moment has come. Doctor, tell us what we can see on this week of The Dr. Oz Show.
So I'm going to talk about two things that are important to me because they're important to you. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
You don't know him, love him. He's out there being a real He-Man,
Yeah.
facing these, all these folks who have done bad things and pulling him into the law. But when it comes to facing his own demons, those of his health, his North Star was his wife, Beth. And when he lost that wonderful woman, he lost his way for a bit. So I have been trying to help him find his help. But I got called a few weeks ago because he was having a crisis. He'd gone to the hospital with crushing chest pain. Sounded like a big problem in his heart or his lungs. And he signed out of the hospital against medical advice. So today on the show, I'm dragging him in. I actually went to Colorado. I met him. I took him to the hospital. We got some of the testing done. We at least know what's wrong.
Okay.
Now the question is, what are you going to do about it? But this is why all you should care about yourselves. Besides the fact that you probably all adore dog as much as I do, the reality is all of us are in that situation. We can do our day job great. You can sit here and host a show fantastically well.
Yes.
But when it comes to doing your things right in your own personal life, you haven't read that textbook yet.
Pay attention.
Pay attention. You begin to trip up and you make mistakes.
Yeah. Well, we've got a sneak preview of you actually sitting down with Dog the Bounty Hunter. Let's see it.
So let's talk about this cigarette issue a little bit.
Okay.
How old were you when you started?
12 years old.
It seemed pretty normal back then.
Yes. Well, if you were cool, you smoked.
So that's 44 years of cigarettes in your lungs.
It's a long time.
How many packs per day for most of that time?
3.5 probably.
Those equations don't match up.
Right.
Eventually, something's going to catch you.
Wow.
Something's gonna catch you.
Heartbreaking.
We fear most what we don't understand.
Yeah.
And he ran from the hospital because he feared hearing things he couldn't cope with. The reality, let me be loud and clear, if you can hear my voice, you can cope with it. You have the strength. You were given that power.
Yeah.
But you got to know.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, exactly. What to focus on. And if you know, listen, cigarettes are a great example. No one wants to smoke once they've been smoking 44 years. Don't feel badly about that. That's normal. There are techniques that work to get you off that, but only if you face those demons.
Yes.
So,
and understand it.
given this new information that you've given him, has he changed his lifestyle at all? Has he, started to do things a little differently now?
He's made massive changes to his
Good.
lifestyle.
That is so good to
You'll hear about it later on, but the biggest thing he's doing is he's staying in touch with the people who he needs to stay close to. The docs that I think that are great, we've got a whole team that's working with him carefully. I pester him frequently. We text all the time. But I tell you, it's his family.
Yeah.
Because the people don't change based on what they know. They change based on how they feel. Right? Oprah taught me that, and she's absolutely right. You get people to feel differently, they'll show up. You show him a picture of his family, he'll do anything for them.